Today, I'm reviewing website accessibility lawsuits and just looking through the complaints that were more recently filed and going through those accessibility issues that are being claimed. And then I came across this section and I wanted to stop and share this. So I'm going to read from paragraph 32 of this complaint. It reads, Defendant has, upon information and belief, contracted with a company called AccessiBe to install an accessibility overlay widget, quote unquote, AccessiBe Widget, for the purpose of remediating accessibility issues. The installation of the AccessiBe Widget is an admission that the website was not accessible to the blind. Paragraph 33 reads, the AccessiBe Widget does not address many of the accessibility issues encountered by Plaintiff, including the ones itemized above and below. In fact, the AccessiBe widget actually hinders accessibility as it interferes with plaintiff's use of a screen reader. In 2021, a group of professionals in the internet accessibility community issued an overlay fact sheet that evaluated what automated overlays, including defendants' products, can and cannot do. This document has been endorsed by more than 850 signatories that include accessibility experts, disability rights advocates, editors of the WCAG, and end users with disabilities. Among other things, the fact sheet concludes that no existing overlay product on the market can cause a website to become fully compliant with any existing accessibility standard. Moreover, the fact sheet notes that using an automated overlay often runs counter to and interferes with accessibility tools on which people with disabilities commonly rely and has a tendency to hinder many disabled persons' ability to navigate internet websites. The fact sheet concludes that overlay products like AccessiBe's do not help visually impaired people access the web, but instead actually hinder their access. See overlay fact sheet available at overlayfactsheet.com. And I will copy and paste this entire section in the description for this video. And this complaint was filed on July 30th, 2024 by the Shockhead law firm. So it's called Shockhead Law Group, PC. Dan Shockhead is one of the more active plaintiffs' law firms in this space. This was filed in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of New York. And and by the way, if you want to look up this complaint, it's Rasheta Bunting versus IVCD Co. LLC. But the point here is that this plaintiff's law firm went out of their way to include AccessiBe and state how AccessiBe does not make the website accessible. Then they went and added all of this research. They brought forward all of this research from overlayfactsheet.com. So this is one of the more active plaintiffs' law firms, and this is what is in their complaint. So I've stated numerous times on this channel, overlays don't make your website accessible. They don't make your website ADA compliant, and they don't stop lawsuits. And in fact, some plaintiffs' law firms specifically target websites with overlays installed because they know if an overlay is installed, the website likely hasn't undergone any actual remediation because the website owner, in most cases, is under the false impression that an overlay is going to make their website accessible and prevent lawsuits, which is absolutely not the case. So I know information about overlays is starting to spread. I see it being more talked about. I see more people stating outright overlays don't make your website accessible. They don't stop lawsuits. And so this is right here. This is tangible. This is from a very active plaintiff's law firm in this space. This is inside their complaint that is filed against a website owner. So know that overlays are not going to make your website accessible. I'm going to include the selection that I read. I'm going to include that in the description, but that's all I wanted to pass along from this complaint as I was reading from it. There are many other complaints that talk about how overlays don't work. But in this case, there was such an extensive amount. They went beyond what what most complaints get into, and they went ahead and referenced overlayfactsheet.com. So I will also link to overlayfactsheet.com in the description.